Well, I've been a Sunday driver new for many's a happy year, and I've never had my Morris mine route to second gear. I can drive at 15 miles an hour on motorway or track, with me wife up front beside me and her mother in the back. There was me and my daddy's mommy and her sister's granny and 4 of her chums and Auntie Jean. In a crowd of 50 trippers you can always pick me out, but don't blame me, I voted Tory, sticker on the boot, with my bunch of heather sticking in my radiator grill, and my stick-on transfer bullet holes and license for to kill. There was me and my daddy's mommy and her sister's granny and 4 of her chums and Auntie Peg. I've 100 plastic pennants for to tell you where I've been, and my steering wheel is clad in simulated leopard skin. Up front for the driving mirror hangs a plastic skeleton, and in the back a dog with eyes that flicker off and on.
So here we are in the new kitchen of the Bothy. This used to be the presidential suite, as you can see on the door. And the first thing we did on Wednesday was get this place transformed from what was basically an unusable part of the house into a functioning kitchen. So we had here the old mountain rescue communications post. There were very heavy batteries that managed to get the Ranger to take down the track. Moved this and we set up the gas in here, and the kitchen kind of as it will be in the future.
Okay, welcome to the living room. As you can probably see around us is that we've stripped a lot of the furnishings back. The old shelves have all gone, and we're looking to strip this room right back to basics, and then we can start to build it up again, make it look nice and fresh. So one of the big things we've done is take off the asbestos panelling just before it becomes a major issue. And then over here in this corner, we decided that as the belt sanders are broken, we'd try some paint strip, and that's been pretty effective at bringing the pine back to just a bare finish. So the plan for the rest of this weekend is to try and do the rest of this room, get it back to a nice clean pine finish.
So here we are in the dining room. We had some big plans for this room, and it was quite cluttered when we first arrived. So first of all we started off trying to sand the walls down with a couple of big belt sanders, huge power tools. But we got a bit carried away and ended up breaking the belt sanders. So you can see how far we've got. We're making some quite good progress there, so that was quite disappointing. So yesterday, after we'd broken the belt sanders, we went around just hand sanding all the walls and scraping off all the nails and evidence of bits of metal on the walls, and tried to fill all the gaps. So I think today we'll just go about, finalise that so it's ready for painting. Also you'll see in the corner here, we removed the old sink, gas and water supply. The corner was really rotted. That's why we've had to remove a lot of this wood. We've preserved the cleanest panels on either side, so we don't have to remove too much. We'll need to find replacement panelling for that area. The sink was obstructing quite a lot of the room, was taking up quite a lot of space, and was causing quite a lot of dampness, and never really worked as a drainage system. Moving over to the fireplace, we've also cleared out a lot of the stone within the fireplace, with the long-term plan of getting a wood-burning cast iron stove. You'll see also on the bottom of the panelling here too, I've scraped away a couple of inches. This is so we can lay a new tiled floor in the next year or so, and then we'll skirting board over that again.
Okay, one of the other major tasks we've done this week was to remove the bars from the windows, as they're causing a bit of a fire escape hazard. So we tried to grind them. Same story, we broke the grinder. So we went for a slightly different approach of hammer and chisel, and just chipped them out the way they came in. And as you'll see now, as demonstrated by Fergus, it is now, in the event of fire, much easier to get out of the building. just off to make a phone call. I'll see you in 3 hours, maybe.
Bye, Jimmy.
See you later.
Is that a good one, Tom?
Good talk to you.
A man came riding out the west one wild and stormy day. He was quiet, lean and hungry, his eyes were smoky grey. He was lean across the herdies, but his shoulders they were big, the terror o' the Hieland glens. That was a Bothy kid. He drum ho, he drum hey, the chuchter that come frae Skye. His sidekick was an orra man, and oh, but he was mean. He was called the midnight ploughboy, and he come frae Aberdeen. He had 27 notches on his cromach, so they say, and he killed 1,000,000 Indians way up in Stornoway. Bothy booted in the door, he sauntered to the bar. He poured a shot of crabbies, he shouted Slanjava. While midnight was being chatted up by a barroom girl called Pam, who said, well, howdy, stranger, would you buy a baby sham? Now over in the corner sat 3 men frae Achtertool. They were playing games for money in a snakes and ladders school. The 4th man was a southerner who'd come up from McMurray. He'd been a river gambler on the Ballahoolish ferry. He drum ho, he drum hey, the chuchter that come frae Skye.
It's very like semen, isn't it?
That's...
I like cum.
Bothy walked to the table and he shouted, shake me in. He shugled on the egg cup, he gave the dice a spin. He threw 7 sixes in a row and the game was nearly done. But then he landed on a snake and finished on square one. The game was nearly over and Bothy was doing fine. He'd landed on a ladder, he was up to 49. He only had but 1 to go and the other man was beat. But the gambler cowed the board on and shouted, you're a cheat. Men dive behind the rubber plants to try and save their skins. The accordionist stopped playing, his sidekick dropped the spoons. He said, I think it's funny, you've been up that ladder twice, and he always done the table when I go to throw my dice. He drum ho, he drum hey, the chuchter that come frae Skye. You okay? The gambler drew whiskey and do as fast as lightning speed. Bothy grabbed a screw top, he cracked him o'er the heat. Then he gave him laldy wi' a salmon off the wall, and he finished off the business wi' his lucky grousefoot's claw.
Oh, you're going the right way for a smack bottom, and I don't care who knows it.